Hello students, the fourth module next chapter is cluster analysis. So these are our contents: introduction, application of cluster analysis, clustering techniques, clustering exercise, and K means algorithm for clustering. First introduction, so definition of cluster. So before going to clusters, so just I am briefly explain the what is cluster analysis. So cluster analysis is nothing but the automatic identification of natural grouping things. Nothing but it will be using some segmentation techniques. The segmentation techniques is nothing but so it will be take the data similar to each other categories of cluster. Similar to means here it will be taking the near data. Similarly, the instances of very different from the other data moved into the different cluster means in a segmentation technique it will be taking the near data as well as the far away data, so it will be taking the combinations of the data. And next, the here the clustering analysis is unsupervised learning. This is one of the machine learning technique, so it will be using the unsupervised learning. So nothing but it will be taking the number of the outputs. These outputs will be depending upon the variables, so that variables is right or wrong, so we doesn't matter. So we are after getting the right or wrong, so we are getting some answers to compute. This is called as a cluster analysis. And next one is the cluster. What does it mean by cluster? The cluster means it is representation of n objects. So you can take the any n number of the objects and find the after representing the n object with help of the group based on measures similarity of that objects with help of the k groups means it is a bunch of the groups. With help of the bunch of the groups you can measure then the similarity of the objects within the same group, or like the objects, suppose if the objects are different group, then you can also the measure see the similarities of the groups. This is called as the cluster. Means it represented the n objects. With help of the n objects find the k groups means the n the 10 to 40, 50 objects will be there. This is one group, 10 to 50 objects one group. And next like that the n number of the groups will be there, the based on that groups. Just I'm using the naming purpose k groups. Based on just you can measure the similarity, just you can compare with these all groups. After comparing uh, within the same group, just you can find out the objects, or in a different group just you can find out the objects. And next one is the cluster can be a different shapes, different size, and different density. Not same size, same density, and same size shape. So the clusters having the different size, different shape, and different density. And these clusters are patterns, can be a the many kinds of the patterns will be there, not a same type of the pattern. So in this diagram only in the visual cluster example, so only in the first I'm using the group of the 1 2 3 4 5 6 group of the clusters will be there, and one single clusters will be there, and three groups of the clusters will be like that. Here it will be taking the traditional types as well as the data points will be hanging together. So they have different data types. These all the data types will be the different shapes, different size, and different densities. And next one is the representation of clusters. So before going to representation of the cluster, so in this diagram there are the two clusters are approximately equal size. Okay, like after having the equal size, just you can see that cluster depending upon how we are draw divided the lines. There's a optionally, just you can However, if you want, you can divide at the lines. After dividing the lines, just you can calculate it. After calculating the upon, you can use the number of how many numbers of clusters will be there. And the cluster is also defined as the set of the points, set of the points compact as well as a isolated. This is also one of the definition of cluster. The cluster is a defined the set of the points compact as well as isolation. And next one is the representing clusters. So in the representation of the clusters, this is also called as central and model values. So this is also defined as in the central or model value nothing but centroid. How to calculate the centroid? The centroid nothing but the collection of the points. So collection of the points belonging to its major central tendency. Central tendency is nothing but sum of the total square distance from the all the points of minimum. Only it will calculate the minimum distance. And this is a representation of the cluster. This is also called as a centroid of the cluster. This is also called as a central or the model values. In a real life, the clusters are equivalent to like a central point. So this is considered most easy to constitute the cities. The next, the centroids easy to find or the central tendency. After the using central tendency, only it will be calculated the square distance of the minimum points. Not it will be calculated the all the points. Only it will be calculated the minimum points, and that minimum point means that is near to the centroids. And next one is the some applications of the cluster analysis. The first one is the market segmentation. So market segmentation is nothing but the uh, it depends upon the customer needs. The according to the customers, so just their similarities like the instances of their common wants and needs. The customer want needs, and after the taking the customer needs, and the persons will be achieve that target marketing or not. This all comes under the market segmentation. And next one is product portfolio. The product portfolio means nothing but the size of the group. Suppose if you are taking the small, if you are taking the small or large or medium size, so this is nothing but the size can be a group together. So if your cluster size is small or medium or the large, for example, just you can take if you're going for any shopping. So after going shopping, so suppose if you're taking t-shirts or any shirts, so randomly if you have picked, no, with help of the size only we have picked. They have mentioned the large t-shirts, small t-shirts, and medium t-shirts. Like that depends upon the size. If you buy the clothes like that, also here also the size depends upon the size group. So the clusters will be take. And actually the text mining, nothing but the collection of the documents according to their content similarities as well as that is related to the topic. This all comes under the text mining. So these all are the applications of the cluster analysis: market segmentation, product portfolio, and text mining. And next one is the clustering technique. In the clustering technique, nothing but this is analysis of machine learning technique. This is the same as the machine learning technique. So in the clustering techniques, depends upon the quality of the clusters. Like the results is depends upon the that algorithm, which help with the machine learning algorithm, as well as it will be using the distance of the functions and their applications. Here I'm using the two major distance in the clustering techniques. The first one is the Euclid distance measure. How exactly if you measure Euclid distance with help of the right angle triangle, you will calculate the Euclid distance. And there are some generic pseudo code of the clustering he has given. The first one is the pick the arbitrary number. The group and segmentations will be created. The start with initial randomly choose the center values group, classify the instances to closest group, compute the new values to group centers, repeat the third and fourth. The clusters are not satisfactory, go to the first step. Before going to this pseudocode, so first you can check the intercluster distance maximize or not, or the inter as well as the intra clusters. First you can check the intercluster distance, the maximum, as well as the later you can check the intra-cluster distance minimum. After checking these two distance, just you can go through this pseudocode. First, with help of the segmentation, you can create the clusters, nothing but the group of the clusters. So a number of the clusters. After creating the clusters, you can randomly choose the one of the clusters with help of the values with help of the Euclid distance. After with help of the Euclid distance, if you are calculating, just you can classify the closest groups. Suppose if you're using the one clusters, just you can calculate the closest to the centroid. After taking that values the closest to the centroid, just you can check the all the center values. After checking the center values, it is correct, then if it is not correct, the values are not close to the center, repeat the steps, the 2 or 4, the total coverage of the clusters it will be takes. Otherwise, if it is not satisfactory, it is not reaches minimum clusters mean centroids. So once again it will goes the first step and pick the different number of the groups, means there are n number of the clusters will be there. The first I'm using the one random clusters, it is not satisfactory. Once again it will be take the next the random cluster, then once again he is using the clustering techniques. These all steps. And next one, clustering exercise. So in this exercise, he is using some scatter simple x-axis and the y two dimension clusters will be there. So it depends upon this object to determine the how many numbers of clusters will be there with help of the central points. Okay. And next one is the uh, based on this data, just you can calculate it in the x and y has given. So with help of the scattered plot, there are 10 items will be there here. There are the 10 items will be there. So with help of the two dimensions, it will be distributed like randomly. Here I'm using the bottom up technique in normally explained in the data mining. So what is the bottom up and top down and bottom up, like that, these all explained in the data mining. Here I'm using the bottom up technique. So with help of the bottom up technique, the here the number of the clusters, the central can be initiated. In the first one is the initial data point, this one, the initial data point and centroid, show the thick dot, means here the points are distributed randomly. One of the cluster is solid. Here this is a solid cluster, nothing but a solid cluster represented with a circle represented the some points. The thick will be represented the circle, the big distance between the points. Just you can refer the previous data. So in that previous data, he has using the points between the 2 6 and 8 3. So the 2 6 and 8 2 6 and using the 2 6 and 8 3. So he has using the two values x and y. Okay, the data could be broken into two clusters. After broken the two clusters, once again the 3 points of the the bottom the 8 could be a form of the one clusters. After taking these two combinations, the 2 6 and 8 3, so one cluster, the one clusters and other, so from the other clusters, like that. So first he has used the initial point, and next one is the dividing the into the three clusters centroids shown in the thick dots. Here not this one, this one, dividing into the two clusters. Okay, two clusters means already explained. Here I am using the distance between the 2.2 comma 6 and 8 comma 3. So the data could be broken into the two. The first one is the, this one is the 2 comma 6, and this one is the 8 comma 3, broken into two clusters. Points to the bottom of, okay, one of the cluster. There are a total 8 combinations will be. Out of 8 combinations, I am using the 10 combinations will be there. Out of 10 combination, I am using the 2 combination randomly chooser. After choosing randomly remain out of 8, I am using the one of the clusters 2 6 and 8 3. So they have served from the other clusters 2 6 and 8 3. And next one is the dividing into the 3 clusters. So first dividing into 2 clusters, first one single dot with help of centroid, dividing 2 cluster, dividing into 3 clusters. So bigger clusters apart from the 4 points, okay, the top will be separated here. After separating the top, there is a clusters. Right is far from the two clusters. The right is far from the two clusters, and their centroid is not too close to the all the data points. So these 3 points will be there here in this diagram. So each 3 points, the centroids will be not close to the all the clusters. So centroids will be the far away from the clusters of these points. So here it will be using the tight fitting with the centroids. Nothing but the third cluster is separated out. Here this is the first second and sorry, this is the first second and this one is the third. Okay, the third cluster is separated out and not match with the first and second, because this is when the separate cluster will be there. This one is not matched with the first and second. This is a representation of the clusters with help of the these all the steps. Next one is the k-means algorithm. So in the k-means algorithm, this is the most popular clustering algorithm. With help of the iteratively compute the clusters with help of the centroids. So here once again it will be using a top-down approach clusters. So starting with k clusters, three given in the three clusters. So in that three clusters, it will be taking the random centroid will be created, and after taking the random centroid, it will be starts the point with the center of these clusters. So here using the pseudocode, first the k-means algorithm choose the k number of random data points. So just you can take the in the cluster centers, it will be take the there are n number of the clusters will be there. Automatically it will take the one of the clusters in that n numbers, then find out the centroids and repeat till the cluster will be stabilized, means allocated to the each point d, nothing but that cluster nearest to the k centroid. After it reaches the nearer centroid, and computer centroid to cluster using all the points. D list means this is nothing but data points, and k number of the clusters means it will take the n number of the clusters. If it is stabilized, it should be stabilized, otherwise the steps will be repeated. So the k-means algorithm, the first one is the randomly assigning the three centroids, three data clusters. So here in the data points, distance value will be each three centroids. The distance values will be having the three centroids. So this is the 1 2 and 3, the three centroids will be there, and the data points will be assigned cluster with shortest distance set with help of the shortest distance centroid. After shortest distance centroid, all points will be assigned to the one data points. So it will be find out the any one of this shortest distance centroid. After finding the shortest distance centroid, the one the all the data points will be assigned to the that data points, or the error from each data elements will be shown with the help of the centroid point. All the data will be sent to the that one centroid. Otherwise, this centroid will be shown with the help of the arrow marks. And next one is the first step. Whatever I explained, with help of the assigning the data points to the closest centroid. If it is the all the data point will be near that centroid, that all the centroids will be represented with help of the arrow marks. So I'm here the arrow marks will be represented. And next one is the second step, recomputing the centroid for the each cluster. Means the centroid of the each cluster will be now recalculated. After recalculating the closest to the all the data point will be allocated. After calculating the closest cluster, and with help of the dash, nothing but the arrow mark shows the centroids, these centroids here. Just you can see the this part. So this is the main centroid, and this centroid will be moved from old their values, receive the from this is the old centroid. After this old centroid will be moving to for the new values. This is the moving for the new value, means it will be shifting with help of the dotted value. After shifting with help of the dotted value, and next once again here that assigning the data points, recomputed centroid means once again data point means from in the last diagram the centroid is here, this is moving from here to here. So once again it will be recalculated the all the data points assigned to the centroid the closest to it. Once again recalculated. After recalculating, next fourth step, recomputing centroid for each cluster till cluster will be stabilized. Okay, means if the new centroid will be computed from data point the cluster until the final centroid, these all are the this one and this one and this one, all are the final centroid. So it will be stabilized or not. If it's stabilized, their just you can compute their with help of the clustering algorithm. After computing, it will be produce the three data point clusters. The three data point clusters is the first sorry three data point clusters. The first one is the, so it will be having 6 5 and 4 5. It is to produce the one data point. And next one is the, it will be created with the not 6 5 and 4 6, not for that data centroid, sorry. Here it will be created the data points for the clusters, three data points for the cluster for this one. So it will be created the 6 5 and 4 5. After creating the this one 6 5 and 4 5 and 4, so for the this data point cluster centroid for this centroid. And next one, 2 point cluster centroid, 2 point cluster centroid, this one 4 5 and 3 for this centroid. And next this is a 5 point data point for this centroid, 3 5 and 3. And finally we are getting the, once again recomputing the all the centroid. After the recomputing centroid we'll getting the values 6 5 4 5 6 5 3 and 3 5 4. Then we'll get to the accurate clusters with help of the near centroid. After near centroid, the all the center value will be represented with help of the arrows.